Hi, this is Jason from the QuickBooks team. With the QuickBooks Online Advanced Style Replicator, you can import an invoice from outside of QuickBooks Online and use it as your template anytime you print or email an invoice to a customer. Let's learn how to import your invoice. Set up mapped fields so that QuickBooks knows what to change from one invoice to the next, and then use the new template on a sale. First, select Settings, Custom Form Styles. Then select Style Replicator. Save a sample invoice, or save an actual invoice you recorded for a sale as a docx or PDF format file. Then drag and drop your sample or actual invoice in docx or PDF format into the box. Select Next. Note that it may take a few minutes to process the file. After QuickBooks loads the file, you'll see a copy of the invoice you uploaded here. When you send invoices to customers, there are some parts of the invoice you want to change depending on what you record on the invoice, like the invoice number, date, and product sold. And there are other parts you want to stay the same every time you send an invoice, like your company name, address, and phone number. If something is highlighted, QuickBooks knows it might change from one invoice to the next. QuickBooks calls these mapped fields, and anything not highlighted stays the same on every invoice you send. For example, QuickBooks automatically detects the invoice number as something that will change for each invoice, so it's considered a mapped field. QuickBooks lists all of the mapped fields here, along with the field you'll fill out on invoices to enter the data. So in this case, when you enter a customer's name on an invoice, QuickBooks knows that it belongs in this area of the invoice. Review all of the fields to make sure they're pointed to the right data you'll enter later when you record invoices. If QuickBooks labeled something as a mapped field, but it isn't, like this phone number, find it in the Mapped Fields section, and select the trash can. Now QuickBooks knows this doesn't need to change from one invoice to the next. If there's a field that you want to make a mapped field, so you can change it in your invoice, highlight the section that will change. Then select Add this field. Then in the Mapped Fields area, select what should go in that field. When you've mapped everything, select Next. QuickBooks builds a preview, so you'll see what your new form will look like when you send it to customers. Enter a name for the template, then save. Select Preview PDF to see what your invoices will look like. You can also make the template your default template when sending or printing an invoice, and rename or delete the template. If you made the template your default, QuickBooks will automatically use it when you fill out an invoice. Or you can select this button to switch between templates whenever you fill out an invoice. Note that the background of the invoice may not change to look like your invoice template. It's important to preview the PDF of the invoice before sharing it with customers. This helps you solve potential layout and alignment issues before a customer receives it. You'll see how QuickBooks uses your template, and this is what the customer will see as well. Now you're ready to replicate and customize your invoice templates in QuickBooks Online Advanced.